warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, we meet again. In the second week of term 3, we have been learning persuasive text, and now we are going to study the grammar of a persuasive text, which is about connectives. Yeah, this is the first time, I think. Oh, and I think this is not the first time for you to study connectives, because previously you had learned about and, but, and so in primary 3 with Mr. TJ, right? Now we are going to continue learning other kinds of connectives in a persuasive text beside and, but, and so. Alright. Alright, don't forget that I always hope that everyone is doing great and fine and healthy. Those of you who are sick, I hope you are fine already. You get well soon. And yeah, the topic for the day is about connectives in a persuasive text. Okay. Alright, what are the concepts of persuasive text? I mean the connectives. Okay. The definition of connectives are joining words as they join because they join two or more sentences or words. So the purpose of using connectives are to join or to link two sentences or words or phrase. And other names for connectives are conjunctions or linking words. So if you find any terms that are conjunctions or linking words, they are actually similar with connectives. Okay. And what kind of connectives that are usually used in persuasive text? Actually, there are many, but this is the most common ones. First, the cause and effect connectives. For example, so, because, and for. Okay, please remember, and don't forget to take notes in your notebook if you need to write this down. Okay, you are primary for now. You can take notes while watching and listening to my video. And after the cause and effect connectives is time connectives. It is to link sentences using sequence. For example, firstly, then, after that, afterwards, and finally. And other connectives, yeah, for example, also, besides, however, and for example. Okay. Alright, now let's read an example of a persuasive text and pay attention to the highlighted words. So you don't need to understand the whole text, the comprehension, you don't need to do it. Just pay attention to the sentences with highlighted words. Okay, lockers for everyone. What would you think if you had to put your personal belongings in a crate and every time you turn around something of yours were stolen? That is why I think students should have lockers to protect the things, keep the things somewhere clean, and so they won't have to complain about carrying everything at once. You have lockers at your school, right? Do you miss them? The first reason is because it will stop people from stealing their stuff. For example, the children won't have to worry about their books, homework assignments, and personal belongings being stolen. The reason for this is that children will have their own lockers plus their own locks, which only they have the combination to the password or the passkey. Yeah, this will reduce cases where things are being stolen. Okay, you pay attention to the first reason, because, and for example, and also so, right? They are the connectives in the text. Secondly, okay, another connective here. Students also should have lockers, so they will have, okay, there is so here also, a clean place to put their books, What I mean by this is that many desks are rusty, have gum stuck under them. Yeah. Also, if you put your stuff into a crate, then it is easily collecting dust. Yeah. This connects to my argument because, this is the cause and effect connective, right? The stuff will be kept very clean in a neat environment if students are given lockers to use. Okay, continue to the next paragraph. So, do you pay attention to the highlighted words? They are connectives, yeah? And you see that they connect or they link words or phrases. Okay. Finally, another one. I think students should have lockers. I think students should have lockers. So, sorry, grammar mistake. Students won't complain about carrying everything at once. The things that they may be carrying every day are heavy. This is important because students may suffer health problems from having to carry all their stuff everywhere. Why carry books every day? Why you can eliminate the pain by having a locker to store the things you don't need? Also, they are always whining about having to carry all their books. If we had lockers, everyone would be happier. Do you know what I mean? You don't have to bring all the books every day, right? You just keep them in your lockers. In conclusion, I think students should have lockers. If we have locker stealing in school would go down, it would create a safe and clean place for students to put their things, belonging, and students would complain less and be healthier. I definitely agree. If we had lockers, the school would be a happier place for everyone. If you don't want your things stolen, contact your principal and demand lockers for your school. Okay, you also notice 3 connectives in these 2 paragraphs, right? So, okay, please take a look at the 4 sentences here. I select some sentences that contain connectives. Look at the first one. The first reason is because it will stop people from stealing other people's stuff. Okay? For example, the children won't have to worry about their books. Okay? Look at the highlighted blue. Secondly, students also should have lockers so they will have a clean place to put their books. And finally, I think students should have lockers so students won't complain about carrying everything at once. Yeah, so this is the example of sentences. Previously it is in a text, now in the sentences. Alright, now let's try, everyone. Please underline or find one connective in each sentence. Look at number 1. There is a huge demand for water because there are so many people in the world. Okay, can you find one connective from this sentence? Number 2. Water is precious, so don't waste a drop. Can you find a connective? And number 3. We waited a long time. Finally, the play started. Okay, so which one are the connectives? Have you found them? Let's discuss the answer. Okay, there is a huge demand for water because it's in red, right? There are so many people in the world. Water is precious, so don't waste a drop. We waited a long time. Finally, the play started. Okay, because, so, and finally are the connectives. Let's talk about connectives and again. So connectives are words that link segments of a text, yeah? So connectives are valuable because they help reader understand how ideas are related. Using connectives effectively allows the reader to easily navigate and change how they are persuaded, because connectives can link ideas, sentences, or paragraphs. It is important to know the category of connected to use. Here are 5 categories of connectives: cause and effect, order, evidence, compare, and contrast. Take a moment to look at each category along with some common connectives that exist in each one. Order. Connectives are words that indicate the location of the ideas in relation to one another. Think of it like a running race. At every first place, there will be a last place. And here are some common order connectives. Please pause the video here and write down the ones that seem to you. Evidence. Connectives are words that indicate that the next segment will be supporting the previous one. It is the example that strengthens the previous idea. And here are some common evidence connectives that you might like to use in your writing. Please pause. Cause and effect. Connectives that focus on the sequence of ideas. These connectives bring to life the same for every action. There is a reaction. These common cause and effect connectives may be very useful. Please pause. Compare. Comparing connectives are used to show that the ideas are similar or equal. These connectives are excellent when providing multiple examples to prove our points using these common connectives. Please pause. Contrast. It is contrasting. Connectives indicate that something will disagree with the previous one. Okay? If you produce balanced argument, you are going to be much more persuasive. This is some common contrasting connectives. Please pause this video to take notes.